Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. It's been a while since I've done a behind the table show. Well, 4 weeks, 5 weeks actually. And I just want to say a big thank you to all our guests that we've had on for the last 4 weeks. So that's Alberto from his mum's house. Alberto, that was fantastic. Thank you. Jackie, for the first time, all the way from Canada. Jackie, it was lovely to meet you. And of course, we had Chris and Rob, and they were fantastic because they were physically right here. So it's so much nicer doing a show with people. Even though we had the screen up still, it was so much nicer to do a show actually physically with people. So hopefully we'll be doing more of that in the coming weeks and months. But I've got another couple of thank yous to give. First of all, everybody that's following us on Instagram, thank you. We hit our 10,000 followers, and yeah, really appreciate that. If you've not followed us on Instagram yet, balloon_market1, please give us a follow. We are doing slightly different content on there than what we do elsewhere, and we've got something else coming up pretty soon that I think you might be quite interested in. So, and Vicky is making some amazing things for Instagram and putting the recipe down below and all of that. We are trying to mix it up a little bit on Instagram. If there's anything that you'd like to see us putting on Instagram, please let us know. Just put a comment down below here on Facebook or on YouTube and let us know. Now, I've got an even bigger thank you to everybody that is watching us on YouTube. Yes, we have hit 7 million views. Balloon Market TV has had 7 million views on YouTube. So thank you to everybody. And I'm sure that is nothing to a YouTuber who would just put a video of them sipping a can of Coke and get 5 million views just like that. But to us, it's a really big deal. So we really appreciate everybody that subscribes and follows and watches BMTV. So a big thank you, everybody. Now, I need to talk about the situation regarding the pandemic and what things are like at the moment. Stock is the biggest issue. It's nowhere near as bad from a pandemic point of view as it was a year ago, obviously. But stock availability is the big issue for us, for other wholesalers, for the manufacturers themselves. It is still a worldwide issue. And as you might have seen, is we will not have something for months at a time, and then it will come in and then it will go out very quickly. And it just causes peaks and troughs like this. Makes it quite difficult to manage. And also, ironically, we are now being affected by people actually getting COVID and having to be off. Even though we've managed to go through the whole last 16, 17 months with nobody getting COVID. Actually, there was one person that had to isolate and then caught it from her parents. And we've not had any other cases over this whole period. Now, of course, we can all go out, we can all party, we can all meet with other people, go to festivals, all of that sort of stuff. And at the moment, actually, by the time you watch this, there's only going to be one person off, but it has been 2 people off. So that's affected things as well. And of course, it does mean that when we get the stock in, and we've got fewer people, we just can't get everything out that we want to get out. So we've had to have this very dynamic approach that sort of came naturally over the pandemic about when we'd be able to get stuff out. Thankfully, we have been able to get orders out same day until a particular time, and that time has changed. The only exception to that was last Friday, unfortunately. It was very busy over the previous 4 or 5 days, and we actually ended up with a backlog. That's the first time in quite a few months that we've not been able to send out anything on same day. But hopefully, by the time you watch this, everything will be better than that. But we've taken this dynamic approach. There's a little red banner at the top of the website, and that says when your order is going to be dispatched. Please make sure you check that before you place your order. And we would like to be able to say 3 o'clock every single day, but with these issues of stock coming in, I mean, we had a 3 o'clock week or 2 weeks a few weeks ago, but with the stock coming in and going out and things changing, sometimes we've got 3 times the number of orders than we would have normally. It's just very hard. So we look at this every single morning and throughout the day, and then we decide based on the number of orders when we are going to swap that over. So it's always there at the top of the website. You will always be informed as to when that has changed over. But it's the only way we can really deal with it. If we cut it off at 10 o'clock every day, which is a possibility, we could do that, but it means people might be missing out that could order at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock even. So we don't really want to do that. So we've taken a very dynamic approach in this. So that is the situation we're in. We can't imagine that changing, but we have got much better at managing it. We're still recruiting. Well, a lot of the people that have been with us for the summer are now going back to college. So we're still hiring. We're still trying to get that team to the level that we really need it to be at. And of course, we've just had a lot more stock coming in as well, a lot of new items, some of which I'm going to show you in a second. So that's the situation. So thank you to everybody that has stuck with us over the last 17, 18 months. It really is appreciated. Now, if you're new to Balloon Market, and we have had quite a lot of new people join us over that period, hello, welcome. Nice to have you here on BMTV and at Balloon Market. I thought I would tell you a few things about Balloon Market you might not be aware of. The first is our delivery options. So even with all the issues of the pandemic, the delivery options we have are pretty consistent. So we have 2 courier options, DPD and Parcel Force, and we also have Royal Mail. Now DPD, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically DPD, if you want something and you almost want it, you want it as guaranteed as it could possibly be, DPD is the way to go. Their technology is amazing, the way you can track it, the way you can change it to deliver to a neighbor on the app whilst it's being delivered, have it re-delivered tomorrow on the app, the time slot that you get so you can accurately manage your day around that. You cannot beat DPD for the technology that they use. There are still going to be days that things go missing, go to the wrong depot, get delayed. That will always happen. But from a technology point of view, from a service level point of view, as the person being delivered to, it is absolutely the best. And that is why it costs considerably more. Parcel Force, our other option, costs a bit less. And that is because the technology is not quite as good. The service level is, we offer a 48-hour service with Parcel Force, but I have to let you into a secret. We actually use a 24-hour service and we allow that extra 24 hours. So if anybody, there's some of you out there that I know that now, and you have been taking the risk and ordering it, knowing it could be 2 days, but 9 times out of 10, probably 99 times out of 100, it does arrive the following day, and that is considerably cheaper. It also means that you get free delivery with a Parcel Force at £90, whereas free delivery you only get with DPD at 125. So there's the difference there. But it's still free delivery. Now, of course, if you only want to order a small amount of things or a couple of balloons or something like that, and you don't want to spend £8.95 on a courier, then we have the Royal Mail options as well. Not guaranteed, but still pretty reliable, particularly if you go for first class. So Royal Mail options start from £1.80. But if you just want to order a single balloon, you can order a single balloon. If you want to order a single weight, you can order a single weight. But I want to tell you the story as to why we do that. When we first started the business, myself and my wife, Rachel, and she did decorating. We don't do decorating anymore, excuse me. And we had a party for 5 tables, so wanted five weights, orange ones of all things. And it was in the days when balloon bouquets, helium-filled balloon bouquets were all the rage, and just 5 tables. Couldn't order 5 weights. We had to order a box of 12. I can tell you those other 7, in fact, you know what? Those other 7 weights are probably still somewhere in the warehouse. They just stuck around for ages, and we only wanted those 5 weights. So I found that a little bit frustrating. And so when we started Balloon Market around 11 years ago, we started offering these as individuals. Balloons, you have to order some balloons in packs of 5. We offer them individual foil balloons. And we offer them individually. And again, it's because of that frustration. There's certain things that we don't. So a bag of latex balloons is a bag of latex balloons. But we are wholesalers, so we're not going to sell individual latex balloons. And the same with some of the smaller weights that you use for individual foil balloons. We sell those in packs as well. But that is where we came to the solution of just having individual items for sale because we were just frustrated. If you do want to pay $8.95 for delivery because you absolutely, definitely need it tomorrow and you only want to order 1 item, that's fine. You know, that is absolutely fine by us. No problem at all with that. Now, some of the other things you might be interested in. are our resources. We've got a useful resources page. If you scroll down on the website, there's a little banner there. It says useful resources, and it's not just one manufacturer, it's all the manufacturers together. They're separated out, but if you are new to the industry, that is a great place to go to get the liftability, the float time, things like that. Videos from Chris Horne on the AmScan page, all of that sort of stuff, but it's all in one place. So you might want to bookmark that on your computer or your phone, and you can refer back to that again and again. And of course, the other thing that we have is BMTV. When we first started the Balloon Market brand, we wanted to help people grow their businesses through service and support. That's sort of our mission statement, if you like. And BMTV falls into the support side of that. So we have talked to people, and they have actually said they have built their businesses based on BMTV. So learning everything they needed to learn from BMTV, which is very, very humbling. And thank you to those of you that have told me that. It really does mean a lot. And that's what we wanted. We wanted to be able to really support people in our profession and help grow their businesses and the industry as a whole. So that's what BMTV is about. We've got, I don't know how many videos now, maybe 500 videos. Some of them are long, some of them are short. But definitely, if you've not looked back at some of the old videos on BMTV and some of the most amazing guests that we've had, go and have a look at that. There's a lot of information that will really help you grow your business. And the other thing we do here at Balloon Market is training. I love video. I love BMTV. I love the fact that people have learned a lot from those, but there is no better investment than training. And I've always said that, even though we are all about YouTube, I've always said that face-to-face training is unbeatable. You learn so much. You learn from the other people attending the face-to-face training, and you learn from some of the most amazing instructors in the world. And we offer that down here at Balloon Market. But wherever you do your training, it is absolutely worth it. And I can tell you why in our industry it is worth it. Because training in the balloon industry is cheap. It is really, really, really cheap. You might not think so. If you think £100, 150, 200, 250 pounds, that is cheap. There's training out there for all sorts of different things that would be £400 for a day, 500, £1,000 for a day. And the reason people go on that kind of training is because they know they're going to finish that training, be able to apply what they've learned, and get that £1,000 back very, very quickly. So in our industry, when it is really just a couple of £100, it is very, very, very good value for money. Honestly, it really is. Have a look around online. Look at Eventbrite. See what other courses cost. Look around online and just go to training companies and see what a day of training costs. It is very, very, very inexpensive. But the quality, I have to say, generally, is fantastic. You have the likes of Chris Horne, of Mark Drury, of anybody from Qualitex, really, out there training. Sue Bowler. You've got amazing people doing the training for a really low amount of money. So make the most of that. See it as an investment. It is not a cost. You will get your money back very, very quickly as soon as you start applying what you learn. Which leads me to tell you about our next couple of training courses, 21st and 22nd of September, with the wonderful Chris Horne from AmScan. Those of you that have been on any of Chris's courses know that you are exhausted at the end. The reason you're exhausted is because you're not sitting down, making notes, none of that. Chris will get up there, show you how to do something, and then say, okay, off you go. And then what Chris does, he goes from table to table to table, support, help, ask questions, answer questions. I've seen him literally running from one table to another, sweating, because he is just offering so much support to people. The guy is an absolute genius when it comes to training, and people leave the training courses with so much more confidence. That is the biggest thing you get from training, in my opinion, is the confidence to go out and sell a demi-arch or sell whatever it is you've just learned to make. And Chris is absolutely fantastic. So those courses, the 21st is an organics course. The 22nd is an air-filled course. Anybody, like I say, if you've been on Chris's courses, you know that is value for money. They're £150 each. You do get your 10% discount on the day that you can use on the Balloon Market website at any time in the following week. You do get a goodie bag, and you basically get a really, really, really good day of training. But I do recognize that there's some of you out there that know this already. And we do have some serial trainers, people that come on one course after another, after another, after another. And you are the guys that recognize the investment, and it's not a cost. What we are going to offer for those of you that recognize that and book on both courses, we are going to offer you a cash voucher for spending at Balloon Market. So you'll still get your 10% discount on each course, but you will also get a voucher worth £100. So that means if you place an order at Balloon Market, it's £101. You can use this voucher. That order is going to cost you £1. And the reason we do this is we recognize that the more we want to invest in people that are investing in themselves, because ultimately you're going to invest in your industry. So you will be buying from us, from other people. The industry is going to grow. It's beneficial for everybody. And when you start to look at it like that, that is why we want to give you this reward, if you like, for doing both courses. If you have already booked on both courses, you will still get this, so don't worry. So yeah, you're effectively getting £300 worth of course for £200. So you're getting it each day for £100 a day. So just head over to balloonmarket.co.uk, click on the training banner, and then you can have a look and book on both those courses. You'll have to book on them both individually, but we will see who's booked on both courses. And then on the second day, you will receive your cash voucher. So yeah, training, absolutely the best investment you could possibly make. Okay, so let's talk about some products now. I've got a bit of a mixture. I've got seasonal and a few other new bits and pieces. We'll start with these guys. These are heirlooms. We've got a Halloween one and we've got a Christmas one, and they are from Anagram. If you remember last year, we inflated one, the tree one, and it was phenomenal. And it just stayed inflated for a for months, literally. I think we used it a few months in, and I topped it up with maybe not even a full pump, with an air pump, and it was back to looking as crisp as ever. But these are great because they just take up so much space, but they cost so little, and they're air filled, so you can really, really, really sell these quite easily. The Nutcracker, we've got a Nutcracker over here. Everybody is buying Nutcracker stuff at the moment. I don't know why. It's very popular at the moment. I think over the last few years that has happened. But yeah, the Nutcracker is definitely a very popular theme, it looks like, this year. A few other seasonal bits and pieces, a couple of things for Halloween here. So we've got these from Party Deco, you've got the paper fans, and you've got the treat bags, a couple of balloons from Qualitex, one there from Anagram as well. And of course, we've got to move over to these guys. Regarding Christmas, you've got this cuddly teddy here that's dressed up as an elf, and of course you have the elf itself. So hey, that rhymes. Yeah, elves always very, very popular for the whole December thing and the naughty elf. One thing I would say is, if you do sell these elves in any form at all, do not call them elf on the shelf. Do not hashtag that. Do not mention that in your marketing, online, offline, anywhere. These are not elf on the shelf elves. They are, as you can see, elves behaving badly. And obviously it's very similar to an elf on the shelf, but elf on the shelf are very, very, very precious about their copyright. And I understand that people have actually lost their Instagram accounts because they've used that hashtag. So don't be one of those people. Don't even be tempted to consider using those words on any of your marketing. It's just not worth it. Now, elves are very popular in stuffing balloons at this time of year, and we have the super stuffing machine, but I'm going to tell you not to order one just yet. We did an offer on the stuffers a while ago. We're going to be doing another Christmassy offer, elfy offer, very soon on these on the super stuffers. So please don't. I'm telling you not to buy something which is very silly, but it's not silly because it is worth the wait. So it might be live already. I'm not 100% sure at the time of filming, but it's definitely going to be worth waiting to see this offer that we're gonna do on the super stuffers and the elves, etc. Definitely worth a wait. Right. Oh, also got the elf pajamas and the elf dressing gown, and there's lots of other elf accessories as well. Right. What else can we do? Oh, I've got to show you these as well. I think these are very clever. They look very simple. These are from Qualitex, and these are tabs to put on your balloons. So with air filling, like I said, these are air-filled. Air filling is getting very popular. It has done since the helium shortage of 7 or 8 years ago. If you're new to the industry, you might not know that. But manufacturers did things to really try and adapt to the air situation or the lack of helium situation. And this really helps as well. So sometimes on balloons, you get a tab. So a balloon will be facing this way, say, and you get a tab on top, and that's created with the foil. So the hole is going the same way. As soon as you put that onto a ribbon, it just pivots round like that. This means you can place these tabs exactly how you want them on top of the balloon. So you can position the balloon however you want it to be positioned, which I think is a very simple solution to something that is very, very annoying. So there you go. Well done, Qualitex. Thank you for that. And then over here, I'm very excited about these. I think these are so pretty. These butterflies over here, they're rose gold, gold, and silver. And this is what they look like on a balloon. Obviously, you don't need to stick them just on a balloon. You can put them on anything. But I just think the detail that these offer, detail is great. It adds value. It doesn't cost very much. And these are, I don't know how much they cost. I believe it's cheap as chips. But they're just lovely. The detail, I don't know if Alex will be able to zoom in on these, but the detail of them is, they are very, very detailed, nice little butterflies. So yeah, quite excited about having those. And then over here we have this guy. This we're getting more cuddly toys, but I saw this guy on Facebook. Basically, somebody put a picture up of somebody else's work saying, do you know how I do this or whatever. And it was a lovely wall. It was a green foliage wall with a big demi-arch going over it and some animals down at the bottom. And this was one of them. And I just think he's lovely, isn't he? He's like a real, I think the detail, Alex pointed out, the detail is really good for a cuddly toy compared to, something like this. But I just think he's cute. I've seen people walking around the warehouse, just walking around with him. I don't even know if it was part of an order, just walking around with him. But yeah, absolutely lovely, lovely cuddly toy. What else? Oh, Sharpie. We've obviously had a couple of people on the show, Melanie and Rob, that have used just a good old Sharpie for drawing on their balloons. Now, Bell Ball balloons. We have, as you know, shortages of all latex brands, but Bell Ball, we have introduced a new balloon called the D11. And this has basically been introduced for decorators. So Bell Ball have traditionally done balloons that are not brilliant for decorators because the necks are quite short. They're mainly made for balloon printing, or they were. And the necks are a bit shorter. These ones, the necks are longer, easier to use, and better helium retention. So they are designed for the decorator. But also a lot of new colours have come in. So we've got this range in recently, and that's one colour which is called Kiwi Cream. We've had this one, I'm just going to put it on the table, Almond. So these muted sort of brown colours are very popular at the moment. Got another colour there, what does that say? Should have put my glasses on. Soft Pink. So these pastel-y type colours also very, very popular. But just head over to balloonmarket.co.uk, click on the manufacturer tab, click on Bell Ball, and you will see the full range. But we have these in stock right now, which is great because a lot of latex balloons we just do not have in stock. Now, my daughter was very excited. She's been working here at the moment, and she was very excited to see that we had these. This is can I get it out? Can't get it out. This is a dream catcher. And I got to thinking, why would we be selling dream catchers? But I guess it's I went for a walk the other day. It's a place called Leap Loop. If you come down to Southampton, I recommend you do it. It's a lovely beachy sort of area, stone beach, but you can do this loop around all sorts of different landscapes. Anyway, there's a field that used to have alpacas in it, and it had bell tents in it. And I think they were having an event for a wedding or something in this field. And yeah, just you could put things like this, that whole sort of bell tent feel, a bit of, I don't know, relaxed and happy kind of vibe. Yeah, so we've got those as well. Now over here, we're moving on to floristry stuff. We are slowly increasing the range of our floristry supplies. So we have this rustic wire. It looks like twine, but it's actually wire. So florists all around the world, I'm guessing, would be using this. And we've got different colors. And over here, we've got some dried, I was going to say flowers, they're not flowers, but this is wheat, I believe. And I have no idea what that is. It looks like a loofah to me, but I've no idea. But florists out there would know exactly what it is, but these are all really good things to help you create an effect that you want on your pieces. So we are extending the range. We've got all sorts of little accessories as well, more of the Oasis foam, all of that sort of stuff. Head over to balloonmarket.co.uk and click on the floristry accessories area and you will be able to find out what else we have been adding. Or you can go to the new product section and scroll down there and you can see everything on there as well. And I think, oh no, I've got one more thing. That'll probably be quite interesting. This, I've got to hold it in front of me because if I hold it where it's white, it just makes it a nightmare to edit out or edit around. What's it called? Masking. So I'm holding it in front of me. This is a Grabo globe. This is a clear one. Now, obviously, Qualatex bubbles are very hard to come by at the moment, and this is a good alternative. As you can see, it's not quite as clear, and it is a different type of balloon to use, but as an alternative, I think it does work in some situations. Now, Paula from Pink Tree Parties, hello Paula, she has made some lovely designs with these balloons and you can see them on the screen now. So it sort of demonstrates what you can do with these balloons. As I say, as an alternative to the bubble, then these work. And some people might end up actually loving these anyway, but as you can see, it is very spherical. So there you go. They're available and in stock now. Now, I've got a question for you. It's not the question of the week. This is a request, actually. Have you learned anything from watching BMTV and then gone and applied that and created something? One in the last week, in the last month, in the last year, in the last 6.5 years. Have you learned anything? If so, would you please be able to send us a picture and a little story behind it, how you've learned it and what it's meant to your business. And then hopefully what we would like to do is show some of those on a future BMTV. So yeah, just really want to know who has learned something that has actually benefited them, that they can remember has benefited them from watching a BMTV. That'd be great. Right, the question of the week. It's quite a simple one. What do you think the Halloween theme of the year is going to be? Is it going to be ghosts? Is it going to be witches? Is it going to be pumpkins? Is it going to be a combination, pumpkins and witches? Leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. That's it from me this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell icon, and that way you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. And whilst you're there, why don't you go and follow us on Instagram, balloon_market1. Right, stay safe, stay happy. See you next week. Bye.